Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a review for you of this big guy right here. This is the NutSac Bags Duffel Bag. First off, though, in the name of full disclosure, I want to thank very much NutSac for sending this guy along. They've been featured several times on my channel, and basically I told them the same thing I would always tell them. Hey, I'm going to talk about the good, the great, the bad, the ugly. Might be a gem, might be a junk, but still, they sent it along. We do have to assume this is the very best quality controlled one of these bags ever, and I'm doing my best not to let this affect the nature and substance of my review, but nonetheless, there you go. That's the details. That's the disclaimer. Next thing, let's do some size comparison real quick. This is not a small duffel bag. Here it is against a Spyderco Delica. And by the way, I am shooting on a zoomed out mode, so sorry about the distortion at the edge of the field there. Here it is against the NutSac Muy Grande, which is another big bag here, and unfortunately, size comparison's hard to do when I'm already toward the limit of my size here. But nonetheless, it is a big bag. This guy is not small in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, it's got a fair amount of capacity, all that kind of thing. And then finally, there are lots of different options for this guy. But this is the tan bag, as you can probably tell from the fact that it is tan. And it is using the Bear logo rather than the NutSac branded logo. So anyways, let's talk about the good and the bad of this bag and then give some final conclusions. On the good side, to start with, it's made in the USA. That's always a joy. At least for me, I'm cheering for my home team, as I'm sure you are from your country. Nonetheless, it's nice to see good manufacturing done here in the States. Next thing, I like the materials on this very much. It's a nice waxed canvas that I've used a bunch. I've used actually a bunch of NutSac products, and this canvas tends to hold up pretty well over time. Then on the bottom here, you've got a nice twill, and again, it's been waxed. It's nicely done, and it wears well. Yeah, you see a little bit of line here and there, and it kind of picks up a little bit of wabi-sabi from your everyday existence. Thing is, though, it works, and the leather works well. All of the various elements of it are just nice here. The materials work well, and even the zippers are very nice. They're actually YKK, which I appreciate very much. It's just, and they're good zippers. They have a very nice feel to them. They're very smooth, etc. So they're using very, very good materials here. You also, by the way, it's worth noting, get some different options for colors. This is the tan version. There's also a coal one that's very gray, and then there's a black one, which is interestingly darker than coal, which isn't how coal usually works, but that's okay. I'm a fashion blogger. I don't fully understand all these things. Next thing, this has some very good pocketing. Not only do you have a pocket on the front side here, as well as on the back side, the front pocket has pockets within it, see, as does the back pocket, because symmetry. So yeah, you've got these pockets on the front and the back, but you also have on the inside here a gigantic pocket, and inside there you have separate little containers here, 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 and on the front and the back as well. So this means you have actually not just a big old bag, which is helpful, but you have a fair amount of space to compartmentalize different things. You can shove, toiletries, etc., into these various areas. It works out pretty well. There is some internal division, and having these external pockets is nice as well, particularly if you're using this as a traveling style duffel. Next thing, this has a very nice strap to it. The strap itself has a removable clip here, which I can remove for a moment, actually, and let you see. This is a pretty heavy gauge strap, but with this strap holder on here, it's actually not uncomfortable. It gives you enough length that you can drape this around your body. It's not just over your shoulder. This is a very, very nice little strap here with some good durable hardware here. I appreciate the strap very much. Next thing, this has this little bit of, I don't know, there's probably a word for this, but like over-snapping, for the lack of a better term, where basically you can snap this portion over the top of the duffel bag and give it another layer of seal. This isn't crucial by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a nice thing. Not only does it provide a little bit more in the way of rain resistance with the wax canvas over the top here, it's also a little bit of a pickpocket prevention tool if you have that, and it just, frankly, looks nice. It looks very, very nice. So I can't really argue with that little bit of oversnapping. I think it's a nice little detail. Next thing, the capacity of this guy, as soon as I de-oversnap it, the capacity of this thing is freaking great. You can see this holds a whole bunch of stuff, including a standard U.S. arm in here. That doesn't come up very often, but nonetheless, this is very, very high in capacity. I have used this on a number of occasions for a bunch of different things. I use this very heavily, actually, when moving. But this is just a good bag for, I have a large awkward item. I need to carry it in something. That something needs to be durable and able to take weight. Aha! And I grab this guy. This is my token. I have a large awkward thing I need to move around but don't want to carry by hand bag. And it works great for that because you've got enough capacity. It's wide. And plus it also holds a lot of stuff. This would be an absolutely fine bag for a small, a trip. You go in someplace, this could work absolutely great for that. This has got a bunch of good durability there. And by the way, it is very durable, and it is very capable of holding heavy items. The other thing I've used this for a lot, actually, is walking to the grocery store. Especially if you've got a longer walk, you might not want to be using, like, the reusable grocery bags or something like that, just because they're going to tear your hands apart. This gives you a little bit more capacity. You can throw a bunch of stuff in here, and it'll hang comfortably off that strap. You've got enough capacity there, and it feels like even with a heavy load in there, it's not going anywhere. And this is, like I said, it's put in a bunch of work for me. I've moved recently, and this just became I don't have any other place for this, so I'll throw it in the bag. I must have packed and unpacked this bag like 15 different times, and with a bunch of super weird and non-trivial loadouts. I mean, I think at one point this had a lamp in it. I abused this guy, and frankly, purposefully. I abused this guy a little bit more than I would normally just for the purposes of review. You know what? It's come out great. This remains a very nice little piece of luggage here. And then finally, on the good side, this is Fashion Blogger approved. What I mean by that is it's an attractive bag. Even independently of the fact that it's a very functional one, it's a very attractive piece. This looks great. It works great. There's just a lot of joy to this bag right here. So I have to say, I appreciate that. And I think that if you are a style-conscious person and your style is vaguely Indiana Jones, this is going to be an absolutely nice-looking bag for you in your everyday life. So to me, all of that is the good, is that it's Fashion Blogger approved, looking pretty good. It's durable as heck with a great capacity. Good over-snapping here. It's got a great strap, good pocketing. I love the materials, and it is made here in the US of the A. On the bad side, there are two bad issues with this, and neither of them are that terrible, but the first one is it's a little on the heavy side. It's about 3 pounds empty. So that means that whatever you put in this is going to weigh 3 pounds more than, well, whatever you put in this, right? And so as a result, it's not exactly, if you're looking for something ultra-light backpacking, this ain't going to be a solution. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a heavy bag, and that's kind of a consequence of it being pretty durable. The real bad thing about this guy is the price. It's expensive. It's $295 for a duffel bag. Now, look, a bunch of people are already in the comments, "Oh my God, Nick, how could you pay that bourgeois bastard?" The thing is, these are probably the same people complaining about made in China goods in the other comments are just saying there. But it's made in the States. It's durable. I feel like this is going to last a lifetime. I'm not necessarily that concerned about the price. Sure, it's high. You are definitely paying up there. You're paying for the style. You're paying for the materials. You're paying for the durability. And you're paying for this being made in the USA. But honestly, I don't feel like they're ripping my face off here. I'd love to see this price come in low. Absolutely 100% would I like to see it. But at the same time, I don't think it's completely out of line. So to me, at least, that's what's bad here, is that it's a lot of money, but you're getting a lot of product in return, and it is rather heavy. On the conclusion front, this is a great duffel. Look, I mean, it's got nice materials, good construction, good pockets, a nice strap, very, very good capacity, serious durability, and Fashion Blogger approval. Of course, you do have to remember it's not terribly lightweight, and the price is pretty heavy too, but at the end of the day, it's a great object. This is something that has really served me very well, and it took me a long time to do this review because, honestly, I haven't, there aren't that many occasions where I use a duffel bag, especially these days in the age of Rona, where travel ain't exactly that much of a thing. But it is a great object, and by the way, there are pull handles on the side of it too, which is really excellent. Trying to pull this onto and off of racks and things like that, that can be great. So the end of the day here, there's not much wrong with it. And the question is price. As people have already, I'm sure, been gleefully typing in the comments, you can get a lot of bags way cheaper than this, Nick, you bourgeois bag. But the thing is, chances are you can also get a bag that's probably going to be as durable for less money too. I mean, let's be real here. If you buy surplus or something, you can probably get something that's... But the thing is, if what you're after here is just pure raw value, if all you're looking for is the cheapest way to carry something around, absolutely, this is not the choice. You can get probably a bag that is a little bit cheaper, or perhaps substantially cheaper, and as durable as this guy and will hold as many things. But if you would like something that's a little bit above and beyond that, if you'd like something that's attractive, something that's durable, and something that's made in the States, and you're willing to pay that price, then I think that this little guy might well duffel your desires. It's like fulfill, but duffel? No, that was really bad. Anyways, kind of ended up on my duffel with that one. No? Okay. Anyways, there you go. Hope this is interesting to you, that this kind of review was your bag, and that you have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.